It was supposed to be an ordinary Sunday dinner. The table was set with care, candles flickering gently in the center, casting soft shadows across the dishes. The smell of roasted chicken and fresh bread filled the air, carrying with it the illusion of warmth and normalcy. Everyone sat in their usual places, trying to smile, pretending this evening was like any other. But behind the fragile facade, the silence weighed heavier than the food on the table. Michael, the second son, sat stiffly, his phone hidden beneath the edge of his plate. His heart raced, his palms damp with sweat. The message he had received earlier that afternoon pulsed in his pocket like a living wound, impossible to ignore. He had debated with himself for hours, whether to stay quiet or speak up, whether to keep the family peace or rip it apart with truth. But as the dinner dragged on, he knew the secret was already suffocating him. Finally, unable to hold back, he slid the phone across the table toward his mother. "Mom, look at this." The screen lit up in her hands, the glow cutting through the dim room. Her eyes fell upon the image. Her husband, her partner of 20 years, standing in the mall with another woman. His arm wrapped tightly around her waist, his face leaning close, their smiles not of casual friendship, but of something deeper, something forbidden. The mother's face went pale, all color draining from her cheeks. Her fork slipped from her trembling hand, striking the porcelain plate with a sharp metallic clang that echoed through the silence. Where did you get this?" she asked, her voice no more than a whisper. Michael swallowed hard, his throat dry. "A friend saw them together. He took the photo and sent it to me." The youngest daughter, barely 12, looked between her parents with wide, innocent eyes, her small hands clutching the edge of the table as if she could hold it together by sheer force. She didn't understand everything, but she could feel the tension, the fear, the dread. The father straightened in his chair, his jaw tightening, his eyes darting from his wife to his children. His voice came out firm, but not convincing. "This is ridiculous. Just a misunderstanding." The mother's eyes locked on him, sharp and burning, tears threatening to fall but held back by sheer rage. "Don't you dare lie to me." The words cracked through the room like a bolt of lightning, splitting the illusion of normalcy into pieces. The children froze. The storm outside, unnoticed until now, had grown fierce. Wind howled, branches scraped against the windows, and rain hammered the glass in a rhythm that matched the pounding of everyone's hearts. Michael clenched his fists beneath the table. He had hoped, foolishly, that his father might deny it in a way that sounded real, that he might fight for his innocence. But the weakness in his tone, the flicker of guilt in his eyes, told the truth before his lips ever could. "We deserve the truth, Dad. All of us." Michael's voice shook, but it carried strength. The father's shoulders slumped. His defenses crumbled. The silence that followed was worse than any confession. The truth was already there, hanging in the air, undeniable. The mother pushed her chair back. It scraped against the wooden floor with a harsh sound, like nails dragged across glass. She stood, trembling, her chest rising and falling rapidly. Tears streamed freely down her face now, hot and unrelenting. "You didn't just betray me," her voice cracked, breaking mid-sentence. She swallowed, forcing the words out through the pain. "You betrayed this family." Her hand trembled as she pressed it against her chest, as if trying to hold her heart together. The youngest daughter began to cry silently, covering her face with her hands. Michael reached across the table to hold her, his jaw tight, his eyes fixed on his father with a mixture of rage and disappointment. The eldest son, David, who had been quiet until now, finally spoke. His voice was low, controlled but dangerous. "You always told us family came first, that everything you did was for us. Was that a lie, too?" The father opened his mouth, but no words came. His lips moved, but his voice failed him. He looked down at the table, ashamed, like a man already condemned. The candles flickered violently as a gust of wind pressed hard against the house. The storm outside mirrored the storm within. "I gave you everything," the mother said, her voice rising, almost breaking. "My loyalty, my love, my years. And this is what I get in return. Secret meetings. Smiles that don't belong to me." The father tried to reach for her arm, but she recoiled instantly, pulling away as if his touch burned. "Don't touch me." Her words were sharp as broken glass. The weight of silence followed again, this time unbearable. The children sat frozen, each consumed by their own whirlwind of emotions: fear, betrayal, confusion. The room felt smaller, suffocating. The father finally stood, his face a mask of regret, but too little, too late. I made a mistake. The mother let out a hollow laugh, bitter and sharp. A mistake? Months of meetings, messages, stolen moments? That's not a mistake. That's a choice. The father lowered his gaze. He had no defense. The mother wiped her tears with trembling hands, but her eyes burned with strength. Get out! The words dropped like a hammer. The children gasped. The father hesitated, but the rage and pain in her eyes told him there was no room left for negotiation, no second chance waiting in the wings. He turned slowly, each step toward the door heavy and final. When the door slammed shut behind him, the echo reverberated through the house, blending with the thunder outside. The storm had found its place both inside and out. What remained was silence, broken only by sobs, his wife's unrelenting cries, the children's muffled tears. Michael held his younger sister close, whispering that everything would be okay, though even he didn't believe it. David clenched his fists, staring at the empty chair where their father had sat minutes before. The mother collapsed back into her seat, exhausted, broken, but somehow standing taller in spirit. That Sunday dinner, once meant to bring the family together, became the last meal they would ever share as a whole. The food grew cold. The candles melted down into nothing. And in the hearts of everyone present, something had shattered so deeply that no storm, no time, no apology could ever truly repair it. From that night forward, the family lived with a new truth. The bonds they thought unbreakable had been broken, and the echo of betrayal would haunt them forever.